By 2026, the internet is flooded. Chatbots churn out synthetic articles, paid operatives flood forums, and search results are clogged with algorithmically generated noise. Yet sitting in the middle of that digital landfill is a site people consistently trust. This node-based map illustrates the sheer scale of Wikipedia as it turns 25 years old. That dense cluster is the English edition alone, hovering around 7 million articles, while the outer branches map out over 60 million more across 345 different languages. A moment of wonder. This database is considered so valuable to human history that we even coed its text into synthetic DNA. When the Israeli Bereshit lander crashed into the moon in 2019, it was carrying a digital backup of the English Wikipedia. Experts believe those archives survived the impact, resting right alongside this plaque. The platform operates on a premise that defies basic internet logic. Anyone with a web browser can click Edit and change a page. In any normal online environment, that kind of open-door policy results in a burning pile of vandalism within minutes. Wikipedia holds together because it functions as an intricate mechanism designed to extract human consensus out of absolute chaos. Underneath that open-source illusion sits a strict, sprawling bureaucracy. The entire ecosystem is governed by thousands of specialized rules, all anchored by what the community calls the 5 pillars. One of those pillars mandates a neutral point of view. You cannot publish original research or your own opinions. Every claim requires citations from verifiable, independent sources. When someone inevitably tries to break those rules and post obvious vandalism, the first response isn't even human. Volunteer-programmed bots scan the recent changes and revert thousands of malicious edits in a matter of minutes. If a topic becomes highly contentious, a rigid hierarchy kicks in. Editors fall into classes based on their tenure and edit counts, ranging from auto-confirmed to extended confirmed. Administrators use these ranks to lock down controversial pages, freezing out casual users to stop edit wars in their tracks. When disputes get completely out of hand, they are escalated to the arbitration committee, essentially the Supreme Court of the Wikipedia ecosystem. Looking at this flowchart, you can see how the committee actually operates. Notice that ArbCom bypasses the factual truth of a dispute entirely. They don't decide if an article's content is right or wrong. They only assess behavioral policy, handing down bans based on whether an editor was polite, followed the rules, and cited their sources properly. The system survives precisely because it ignores philosophical debates over absolute truth. Instead, it aggressively polices the process of how information is submitted. That relentless focus on process creates a major vulnerability. The sheer complexity of Wikipedia's bureaucratic gauntlet is exhausting, actively driving away casual, first-time contributors. This visualization contrasts the global population on the left against the demographic makeup of active Wikipedia editors on the right. The people who stick around to navigate the rules form a concentrated core of insiders who are predominantly white, Western, and male. When this highly specific demographic writes the majority of content, massive geographical coverage gaps and systemic biases get baked directly into the database. In May 2018, a volunteer editor rejected an article submission for physicist Donna Strickland, citing a lack of significant media coverage. 5 months later, Strickland won a Nobel Prize in Physics, becoming only the 3rd woman in history to receive the award. These blind spots are severe enough that Larry Samer, one of Wikipedia's co-founders, published a reform proposal in 2025 called the 9 Theses. He argued that this opaque insider culture has caused a loss of neutrality and severe ideological drift. The system aggregates knowledge effectively, but its version of shared reality is inherently skewed. It filters the world exclusively through the specific subset of humans willing to endure its endless bureaucracy. For 25 years, Wikipedia enjoyed steady evolutionary growth. Then, generative AI hit the web, and the underlying math of the encyclopedia broke. This line graph tracks Wikipedia's server load. In early 2024, you see a sudden, massive vertical spike. Automated programs and scrapers began downloading huge volumes of multimedia content across the site, siphoning off 50% of Wikipedia's bandwidth to train new large language models. As the AI extraction spikes, look at the second line appearing in late 2025. That represents actual human page views, and it drops by an estimated 8%. The drop in human traffic has a direct correlation to the rise of AI. Users are increasingly turning to chatbots for quick summaries, bypassing the actual Wikipedia pages entirely. The new dynamic threatens the site's survival. AI companies extract the data, but they don't contribute citations or correct typos. Wikipedia relies entirely on a constant influx of human eyeballs to recruit its next generation of volunteer editors. If traffic dries up, the consensus engine starves. This archive only exists because millions of people are willing to maintain it. If automated tools extract the data while removing the incentive for us to participate, we risk collapsing the internet's last bastion of shared reality.